Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great. Welcome to this new video right here on Worldcoin. Wanted to do a full update on this. I mean, it's been a while since I covered this. We've pulled back quite aggressively from that major resistance level here at $2, which, by the way, was expected, right? I mean, if you watch my video, what we said back then already is that was just such a major confluence resistance zone. Then it was likely that we were going to pull back from that. However, right now we're getting into some major support levels again, where I think it's actually interesting to start to talk about buying again. It's a little bit early, I'd say, but we're getting close. So that's why I wanted to make a video. Now, just to clarify it a little bit more, like the resistance level we had at $2, like the chart we're looking at, the time frame we're looking at right now is the 3-day time frame, and you can see on the 3-day time frame we had a fair value gap there. We had the 200 EMA there, it's a 382 fib there, and it's a $2 psychological resistance level. I can tell you one thing: if you have those indicators, or at least those different resistance zones on the 3-day time frame together, very often that's going to be the level where at least we find local resistance, right? So that is what happened. We also had some good news which pushed the price up higher. However, right now we're getting to an interesting level, and that interesting level is right here between 1.45 all the way down into 1.25. Now, I'm being a little bit conservative with that 1.25. I think it's unlikely that we're going to drop down into that, but when we talk about some things not particularly related to Worldcoin, I think it's possible, right? Because we have the interest rate decision tonight. In general, I expect some fundamental and geopolitical volatility, so that's why we can spike down into that. But ultimately, what we did with that beautiful move we had at the start of September is we broke out of this range that we have been in since the 11th of February. We broke out above that. You can see the retest, the value area high is at 1.32. You can also see we have a ton of support there. We have the 30-day rolling VWAP at 1.45. We have the 90-day rolling VWAP at 1.25. We have some other support levels there. We have some Fibonacci levels there. And then what I think is most important is that I think in general the markets are actually bullish at this point of time, and I expect them to continue to rally. If you take a look at the total 3, for example, which is an altcoin index, right? So that's basically the total crypto market cap that has broken out, and I think the fundamentals around the crypto markets are good enough to expect favorable market circumstances in the rest of 2025. Not the entire time. I mean, we will have pullbacks, and just for clarity, I do think it's most likely right now for Worldcoin specifically short term that we're going to pull back lower. The volume is still incredibly low. We're still losing leverage. There's no new leverage coming into the price. And we have just broken down below and respected the retest of the yearly rolling VWAP. So short term, I think it's most likely we're going to pull back. And I really think you should be prepared for a spike down much lower, right? I mean, sometimes it happens, especially when you leave this many fair value gaps, this many imbalances to the downside. It happens that you get some sort of a spike down there. I mean, usually when a move is made with a lot of imbalances, it basically sliced through the price very easily. So that also means that when we revisit those levels, we can slice through the price again quite easily. So you should be prepared for that. But I do think that especially in this area between 1.35 and 1.2, we will be able to find support. And I also do think that we will be able to rally again into that level at 1.75, but potentially higher as well. Although that is dependent on the fundamentals to a certain extent as well, right? I mean, if the stock market is going to crash, it's unlikely we'll do that. But under the current circumstances, I do think we can head back up to $2 and potentially even higher. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know regarding Worldcoin for now. Hopefully it helps. I will keep you updated on this again when I actually see some sort of a reason or some sort of an area where I think, ooh, now we can rally again. I'll let you know. But for now, I think that's what you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.